sleeping through the day. Wake up with champagne, roll me an A. I told my mother I would quit. What can I say? I'm still breathing, falling in love every evening. So we just gonna stay teenage dreamers, born this way. I told my mother I grow up. What can I say? I'm still breathing, falling in love every evening.
God bless me, even though I'm through sneezing.
This is gonna be his first time sneaking out of school. Or, you know, my first time. I hope you guys over here on Tristan's channel really do enjoy this video. Thanks so much, Tristan. I'm really close to 1K, and I'd really appreciate if you guys went and checked out my channel if you do enjoy this video. If you didn't enjoy it, then I don't know, man. You just figure something out. Like I said before, this story happened when I was 8 years old, which is kind of crazy, you know? I'm pretty young. Not too sure exactly where I found the idea to do this. Just one day, sitting on the couch, watching TV, pops into my head. Oh, why don't I do the one thing I'm not supposed to do at school? Just walk out, just leave. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where I go. Let's talk about my school for a second, just so you guys can get like a picture of where I am during this story. My school was very small. There was just one story and there was 3 hallways, and you could just walk down and all the classrooms were there. It was just very small. I hated my teacher during the story, and I still do. She'd just do things to me, and she'd try her best to make me mad. Class will be in session. I'll raise my hand and be like, yo, let me go to the bathroom, cuh. And she'll look at me for 5 minutes, and then another person's hand goes up, and she'll look at them and be like, oh yeah, go ahead, yeah, sure, yeah, go. And then just laugh and look back down at her paper, just like, bruh. Now to the story. The day begins. I lived on a military base during this story, and still today, I live pretty close to one. Since I was living on a military base, I could easily just walk to my school. It was very close to my apartment because this entire military base was just only apartments. There were no houses. Sometimes when I went to school, I'd actually like go under all the apartments. They had like these little, I don't even know what they were. They were just like spaces under the apartments, and I just run through them. I make it to my school, and you have to go to the back of the school, and there's a bunch of different lines, and you get in the one that goes to your class. I always just dreaded coming to this line because I remember I had to just sit there and wait for my demise. I had to wait to see this devilish, horrifying teacher. She'd always greet everybody once you came into her classroom, and once she saw me every day, she'd just scoff and look at me and be like, God, is this really this kid again? He has to come back? I'd look back at her just, really? Really? So the day's starting off. We're not really doing anything. It's towards the end of the year. We're not doing too much in our classroom, just kind of watching movies mainly. You guys know that one final stretch that teachers will do towards the end of the year. They'll be like, well, we're gonna watch this educational program and you're gonna learn a lot from it, and it's like SpongeBob. Yeah, we were there. We were just doing nothing. The day is slowly going by, and lunch finally rolls around, and the way our lunchroom was set up was, it'd be like, if you weren't done with your food yet, you could go to the sign-off table, because after lunch, we'd always go to recess. So if you weren't ready to go to recess yet, you could go to this one table and just sit there while everybody else went outside. We were sitting at the main table, me and a couple of my friends, 2 guys, I'm not gonna name their names or anything like that, but we're sitting there, and I bring up the idea, I'm like, bros, listen, you know, we should ditch this joint. We should go do something outside of school. And they're like, wait, you mean like our parents? Like, no, listen, stop being lame, bro. We need to leave this place and never come back. I'm like their African leader. Like, my brothers, listen to me. We need to leave this place and find a jungle. I'm giving them like a speech. You have to succeed more than you want to breathe, my brothers. And then they sharpen up their forks. We run out of the school. We kill everybody. I'm just kidding. It didn't happen like that. We kind of just sat there and we're like super scared. We just waited for everybody to leave. I was getting scared too. I was like, my brothers, I don't know if we should do this. This could be a bad idea. Something just like came into me. I was just like, we need to do this. It just suddenly hit me that we needed to go. I waited like another minute and a half, and as soon as everybody left, I grabbed my friends. We're like, we're going right now, my brothers. We need to leave. While I was sitting in that seat for the good 3 or 4 minutes I was there, I came up with an idea on how to leave. Obviously, you know, we couldn't just walk out the front doors like, oh, see you later, guys. We're gonna come back later. It's just not that simple. I'm sorry, but it's not. So we had to come up with this idea, and the idea was that we were gonna go to the band room, and in the band room there was an exit that went to the football field. So, you know, that's an exit. We can leave there. It's outside world. We get there. We're walking by the football field, and we're gone. We just leave. We just ditch the entire school. But there was one thing we didn't think out. Just one thing. We were there for the beginning of the school day, and we're not there for the rest. What's the teacher gonna think? I mean, for me, she'd probably be happy. She wouldn't care about me, but for the other kids, she'd probably care. We're out of school for a good 10 minutes probably, and we decide, let's go to the commissary, which is a grocery store. Why? It's during school hours, and it's a grocery store. There's people everywhere. What are they gonna think when they see a few kids walking around a grocery store with no parent? Great idea number 1. That's going going up there. So we walk into the store, and the guy at the front of the store just looks at us. He's kind of confused as to why 3 kids walk into a grocery store during school hours. He's probably thinking, oh, they're just done for today. They're taking a break. It's okay. Like I said, we lived on a military base, and we had people called MPs, which were military police. So we're walking by this row of, like, candy, and we see this MP, and he looks at us, and his radio goes,
We got a 10-4 rubber ducky and a 319 over.
The MP looks at us, and I'm like, you know, that doesn't sound too good. He, like, slowly starts walking over to us. I can imagine the cops theme playing. He picks up his radio. He's like, yeah, I got a 10-4 rubber ducky and a 319 over. He looks at us, and he spits. He's like, alright, listen to me, fellas. I seen you over here in a candy aisle looking for some stuff, and it's during school hours. I'm wondering how you get out of school. All of us are just, I don't know. He's like, alright, fellas, listen to me. I'm going to take you back to school. We're going to talk to your parents, talk to your principal. We're going to get everybody involved. We're going to figure out what happened here, and we're going to get everything straight. If you couldn't realize, I couldn't really do, like, a countryside voice. I can't do that whatsoever. One of my cat's here. He's on top of my desk right now. What's up, man? What's going on? He might, I don't know. He's, like, right here. You can't hear him. He was meowing, like, a second ago, but now he's just on my desk, so we're going to have to deal with him here. If you hear him meowing in the background, then I'm sorry. Anyways, so just the normal stuff happens, you know, nothing too extreme. We just got in a lot of trouble, but besides that, nothing really bad happened. I just thought, you know, it'd be a fun story to share with you guys. It's one of my favorite stories I have, and I'm glad I could tell it for you guys. I really hope you did enjoy it. Later, guys.
Panicking, mannequin, cause y'all don't fit the mold. And she was there when nobody took interest. So now I owe my girl the world plus interest. When I got them all speechless, no breathing. And I'm shutting down shows, no season.